Estate meets mindset, marketing, and momentum. I'm your host, Jimmy Nelson, and today we are coming to you live from the Royal Oak. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the Elite Real Estate Podcast for another Friday morning. I've got a very special in-studio guest today, and she's here now.
You're late. I'm taking full accountability.
Okay, yeah,
I needed to leave earlier. It was 50 degrees yesterday.
I know.
So I'm like, oh, the roads are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. And it's crazy because it was 50 degrees yesterday. And now we're getting snow and rain, and they said everything's going to be frozen by like noon.
I was looking at the roads last night, and I was like, oh, 30 minutes, no big deal. I just need to leave earlier. Totally my fault. I'm like, not making any excuses. It's on me.
Well, I'm glad you were able to join us today. So super excited to get you in studio because we've talked about this before, and we just never were able to make the connection.
Well, you know these things.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
the only reason I'm doing this is because
yeah.
not many people can get me out of bed.
Move this closer. Yep.
Lower.
There you go.
Yeah. Not many people can get me out of bed before sunrise, Jimmy. It's because of you. No, we have talked about it. I'm excited to be here.
Well, and we've met a few times, but like one of the first times we actually met was Oktoberfest. And the first thing you said to me was, I think I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
Like,
The exact words were I was going to poop my pants.
Yeah.
I was extremely nervous to be up there. These things give me like major anxiety.
Yeah. But it's part of what we do, right? It becomes, it's like, I worked with Mark for a while, with Mark Z, and it's the same thing. It's like this evil necessity that we have to do, like to be on screen and to like.
For sure. Well, I do those things to get out of my comfort zone.
Right.
Like, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That whole task.
Yes.
For sure. So the second time we did it, it was a lot better.
Okay.
And it was much better, like moderating compared to,
That was being
challenged.
Yeah, there's a little less pressure moderating.
For sure.
Right? Because now you're just asking the questions. I don't have to worry about answering them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And you always make me feel so comfortable up there. Seriously. I was like so anxious, and then it flowed really well.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, those are fun. I love those. I know Keith we're working on Spring Showdown.
Round 3.
Yes. Yeah. Spring Showdown will be here soon. So, well, look, how long have you been in business?
Real estate?
Yes.
Mortgages before, but actually coming up on 8 years. I'm looking at my husband.
And he's like, what? I'm not.
It was January of 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you did mortgages before that. So you and I kind of followed a similar path.
Yeah.
Because I was at Quicken, which is Rocket now, but before this.
Yeah. Quicken Loans. That's where I got I said Quicken College.
Yeah.
I started there when I was 19. So, and then left and real estate.
Yeah. There's so many. Either you left and went into real estate, or you left and went into UWM.
Exactly. Yeah. You went to the competitor or another route. Well, it was nice because when I left, all my friends were buying houses. I actually kind of left in a more manic state. Like, I have to get out of here. I just couldn't handle the politics there and some of the leaders I was working with. So I left with no plan, and I went back to school actually for special education.
Really?
Yeah. So I was going to get a teaching degree. I still don't have that. And then all my friends were buying houses. I was like 24, so I got my license. Took me a couple times. I passed the test finally, I think on the 6th time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some like, and then you have to forget everything that was on the test anyway.
Oh yeah.
Because then you have to learn how to sell stuff.
Yeah. 100%. And I always tell new agents that too. I'm like, just keep taking it.
Yeah.
You're not. None of that really matters. I mean, of course, the ethics. And all that
Yeah.
stuff, but
I mean, the morality of it, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I joke. I'm like, it's 40 hours to get your license. Honestly, to kind of weed out some of the bad agents. My ranting on Facebook. That is,
Which is how we ended up where we are today.
yes. But it is. Sometimes I'm like, maybe it should be longer. Who knows? Maybe it's too easy.
Well, and the funny thing is, so I could done a lot of research on this stuff, and like from state to state, it's all different, right? Texas is 60 hours.
Yeah.
New York is I don't want to go to New York. That's an attorney state, so there's an attorney involved in every real estate transaction in New York. Sounds miserable, because But then I look at to your point, it is 40 hours, and here's a whole business for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Take it and run. Well, California was 100. I don't remember. California was long, but I failed the California test like 3 times before I passed that too. I was licensed in California.
Okay. Yep. I don't know what is going on with your mic. Let's see. Talk now.
Any better?
There you go.
Oh, that does sound different.
Now we got you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what was going on over there. But technical difficulties, right?
And it's my fault because I didn't show up for the mic test.
That's it.
So yeah.
Well, and the other thing is, the hard part is like, so I have the board. Like everybody sees what's going when everybody comes in, then I have the board. So this is our live call in. So we've got
okay.
live callers in here, and then I've got the live stream over here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. No, this sounds way better.
Yeah.
I can hear it now.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think the cool part about real estate though is like you can kind of do it any way you want. There's not a right or wrong way. So there's the dialers, right? Their FSBOs expired, right?
Mhm.
Then there's the investors, to quote unquote.
Yeah, kind of like wholesaling and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's, and then there's door. I mean, there's so many ways to do it. So how have you built your business? Like, what's been your model?
Yeah, I'm learning that when I started doing some work in California, the way that I do real estate in Detroit is not working for me out there. Right. It's very,
Interesting.
very organic. Like I was joking that literally all of my friends just started buying houses. So that just kind of carried over, and from my mortgage background, can you pass me that water? But it's really organic. I don't cold call. I don't door knock. When I left Rocket, well, it was Quicken still, and went over to Keller Williams. That was the first company I was with.
Okay.
Because they were the first company to call.
Sure.
Right? You get licensed.
Yeah.
They call you. You want a job? Great. So I went over there and I realized like, oh, that culture doesn't work for me because I had just gotten out of that culture at Quicken.
Right.
Right. So no, I probably do real estate. You said there's no right or wrong way, but I probably do it the wrong way. Like I really don't do much marketing. My social media is not great compared to others. But a lot of my start was when I was working with Rocket Homes.
Okay.
So that kind of catapulted my business. So that first year, I think I closed like, maybe it was my second year, like 65 transactions around that. And then that just turned into all referral business.
Yeah. So you're doing something right though.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still doing it. So.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And having success at it. And because, so like, that's what I mean. So yours is like Sphere referral based business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's from that first year that, Rocket Homes fed me, and those leads that, I would take a cut on like 30 or 40%.
Sure.
But the next year, they're either buying their next home or they're referring, a family member or a friend.
Yeah. But they don't refer you if they don't like you.
Exactly. Yeah. So some people like me, I guess.
Well, but you take care of your client.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
For sure. Then that's where we'll address the EXP attack that I had last week. Was more so just about like, man, we are walking into people's homes.
Uh-huh.
Like if you take the microscope, like this is somebody else's property. We have to take care of that and respect it. And, it was making me so angry. We can't swear on this, right? I'm going to keep the profanity down. But I was so angry when my client texted me, oh, another no-show. And like, why can't you pick up the phone and just communicate that, even like this morning, I should have been like, look, I'm going to be majorly late, right? Like, but no communication,
Yeah.
no communication. So
Or at least just go into Showtime and cancel
cancel
it.
it. Yeah. My client's got kids, a dog.
Yeah.
They're stepping out. She's shoveling snow, to make this house, appealing and available. And then nothing.
Yeah.
So and then the only thing that was baffling is I start going through some of my listings because I think I have like 15 listings or 12 or 15 listings right now.
Okay.
And I'm like, another one. And I'm looking, and it really was majority EXP. That's the only reason I freaked out and went to Facebook on it. So to clear the elephant in the room and my attack last week. But it's somebody's house. And
Yeah.
even like, just taking your shoes off, like the small things that matter. I think when we have a license and we have our showing time and we hop in there and we get into somebody's property and it's like complete disrespect sometimes. So
yeah. And I look, that's the whole thing. It's like we all agree with on like the whole thing. We agree with all of it.
yeah,
Because it is the respect factor. It is someone's house.
Yeah.
It's
not your home yet.
Right. It may not even be like once you walk in, they may not even like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is totally fine.
For sure.
Give feedback. That's
Yes.
even more important, right?
The feedback thing is important. It's
Yeah.
very important. And I go back and forth on the feedback. The feedback, we've had this conversation on our morning call several times about the feedback button, right? Is it working like it should?
Well, it's super vague. If you're using the
Super
feedback
vague.
and showing time,
For sure.
I always try to get a text out of there to like share that screenshot with my seller. Like good, bad, or ugly, just give me something.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it's funny because I always find it funny because people try to use it like leverage. Like if I'm going to write an offer,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you great feedback on it.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I'm sending that over. Amazing.
If I'm not, then it's like, house is overpriced.
Right. Super vague.
Like, well,
Yeah. Well, and I know there's some gray areas.
there's no
too of
why.
leaving feedback.
Sure.
Right? There was that whole lawsuit.
Yep.
That happened, and was that in Michigan or was it?
There's been a few.
Right.
So Oregon was another big one. Oregon was the first one to ban the love letters.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
They were the first one to ban the love letter thing.
Ah.
Which is, so I go back, like the love letter thing is, I go back and forth on this too, because you do toe a line.
Yeah.
Of now I'm giving you too much information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm here's all here, and I've had agents tell me, oh, I've sent a picture of my family to the agent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Maybe that seller doesn't like the look of your dog.
Right.
They can just say no because of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And but then you're towing this line of, am I redlining?
Right.
Like, what am I doing here? And you're putting your people at risk.
100%.
Like our fiduciary responsibility is to that person we're representing.
Yeah. I always tell my clients, like, hey, we can send it. They're a monster if they don't want to read it. So, so be it. We can share it, but definitely I wouldn't put a photo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone might be a dog person over a cat person. Who knows?
Anything.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, there's I said, if I don't like clowns, I can stand on the corner and say, I don't like clowns.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can say that all I want.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean any clowns are going to walk into this building.
Yeah.
But that's my choice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we have to be cautious. And that's where I go back to even the feedback of like, it's overpriced. Well, did you actually do any research on it? Or are you just telling me it's overpriced because you don't like the price on it?
Well, and it's like the smoke screen, right? Where I'm like, okay, well, what price do you want it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the price. I don't like the neighbors. Okay, perfect. Like, tell me the things that we can change.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And yeah, and it is like, it's so, and I got into the business in a similar way. I got hired as a productivity coach before I even had my real estate license.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got hired at KW Metro before I even had my license. I was a productivity coach.
Okay.
So and I love being a productivity coach. They knew what I could do because I came in from the coaching side of everything, right? And I had come out of Rocket as a banker coach. So it was,
gotcha.
It just transitioned right into.
Was that banker greatness? I think they called it, or.
Yeah, I was in the foundation. So my last role was in the foundation, which used to be Blueprint.
Yep.
And then it changed over to foundation. So I was one of the coaches in the foundation.
Yeah. What year did you leave?
2015.
Oh, really? So we were there together.
Or 2014.
Really?
I have to remember. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I left in 2017. So I guess we were there together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and I mean, I learned so much there. You know what I mean? I learned a ton there. I still have tons of people that I talk to that a lot of people have left. It's I think you get to a point in your career where you don't want to work 74 hours a day anymore.
Yeah, it's like, are you going to retire there? If not, like,
Yeah.
you got to retire somewhere else
Right.
for sure. Yeah, but no, I mean, I met my husband there. Got multiple properties out
Everybody
of it.
meets their husband there.
Well, it's impossible. You're stuck working with the same people for 12
Right.
to 15 hours a day.
There's a few people I know that met a few of their wives there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of that culture, though.
Yeah, it
it's like
was.
sit down, auto in, shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe
Here's
your husband or wife
here's
next to you.
Here's your Adderall.
Yeah, for real. I mean, how many people have had heart attacks just from like the overdosing of Red Bull?
Yeah.
While there. An interesting time. I think times have changed over there. I still have a lot of friends that work there.
Yeah, I do too. And some love it, and that's then their life. But turning back to you and your business. So, where do you see 2026 going? What's your prediction for real estate in 2026?
Oh, I do not pay attention to stuff like that. Again, I know this sounds silly. Like, what are your we're doing a whole business plan with our team, right? And it's almost impossible for me to put like pen to paper on that because I just wake up, meet new people, sell houses, and go to bed, right? Like I joke, I need different hobbies, but I mean, my goal always is to try and close, 8 to 10 transactions a month.
Okay,
that keeps me happy, keeps me well fed.
Yeah.
So I try to just stay consistent with that. But genuinely, just meeting new people and getting them into homes.
Yeah. Now, is your business? I know because I know you do some investment stuff.
Yeah.
Is your business is it geared toward investment, or that just happened by?
No, that just happens because we're in Detroit proper.
Okay.
Right. So we live in Jefferson Chalmers, and we've lived over there on the east side since 2016. I think. Yeah, 2016.
You need cue cards or something over there just to hold on.
I know, right? Well, he's the numbers guy. Like I genuinely, if I paid attention to these things, it would slow me down.
Yeah.
But the investment side is the company I was with before, Match Realty, before Cyrus and I opened our company.
Yeah.
We were the only people in Detroit on that team. So any Detroit leads or clients, we would work them.
Okay.
Right. And a lot of it was the stuff that people just didn't want to work. People buying a $30,000 house that I didn't care. Right. I don't really understand the word no. So I'll work with anything. So that kind of happened because we were the ones that were working Detroit proper. And now just with the amount of people that are, coming back to the city.
Right.
It's funny, I'm licensed in California. I haven't sold anything there, but I've met people there who bought with me here.
Right.
They bought investment properties here. So
well, yeah, because if you're in California and you can scoop up even $100,000 property here,
yeah.
that's your house payment.
Absolutely.
In California.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the investment side of things, I think it's just Detroit proper has more opportunity for that. So that's why it's kind of always flowed that way.
Yeah. Now, are you seeing because Detroit's always been an interesting caveat to me of these pockets that all of a sudden it's this booming, bright neighborhood. And then you go 3 blocks over and you're like, whoa,
that's
what
our
happened
neighborhood.
over there?
That's literally our neighborhood. People will drive to get to it and they're like, where the heck am I going?
Yeah.
And then you get in our neighborhood and it's, nice tree lined streets. So, there's a lot of boroughs and neighborhoods like that in the city.
So is it hard to keep up with what's the next one? What's the next where it's coming to fruition, where it's coming out? Oh my God, this is the next hot spot.
Because we spend so much time in Detroit proper, going out, restaurants. That's where we get our coffee. It's, there's a grocery store down, almost downtown, so I can actually shop there instead of going to Grosse Pointe. But because we spend so much time there, I think it is a little bit easier to tell. You start to see some things pop up that become trendy.
Okay.
You see the dumpsters. I joke, but that's really like the sign of the times of houses are now being renovated. So, especially where we're at in the east side, there's a lot more development happening over there.
Yeah. And it's funny for people who are outside of Detroit, they don't understand what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. It's like a foreign language.
Yeah. And you just said, I got a grocery store now.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
I mean, mind you, there's been grocery stores,
sure,
of course, but probably not grocery stores you want to shop at.
Right.
We have a mini Meijer, which is right near downtown, which is amazing.
Yeah. And then you get Whole Foods.
Yeah.
You know what
Midtown,
I mean? Which is Midtown, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it is a big deal.
Whole Foods is expensive.
Whole Foods is expensive.
So you talk about a grocery store that, you can actually purchase good produce and
we need an Aldi is what we need.
We have an Aldi on the east side. Actually, did it close? No. Still open? Yeah.
Yeah.
See? I don't know. Yeah. We have an Aldi by us. I don't shop there. I usually go to Kroger or I go to the Mini Meyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Aldi's our favorite.
Yeah.
That's our jam.
Yeah.
Is Aldi. But no, and so it's so funny with your business. Like you're just kind of like, I just sell houses.
I just wake up and sell houses. It really is. This sounds so silly saying it out loud, but like I'm so grateful that I can wake up and I'm not kidding. I'll probably get a call while we're here.
Yeah.
Hey, Katie, I want to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like it just happens that way for me. And this sounds like super cocky and arrogant, but genuinely it does. And I'm so grateful to every single person that, I say it that mentions my name
Yeah.
in rooms that I'm not in, because that's how it happens.
Yeah. But now, but what's your system like keeping up with like your past clients and referrals and all that
Yeah.
stuff? Because that's where it comes into play.
For sure. I think that I do a good job of, remembering the birthdays, seeing the engagements, the proposals. I try to spend time catering to some of those things
Yep.
that, and Facebook's a good one. Instagram, of course, social media, like staying in contact
Yep.
with clients. I think being present in the things that you're invited to and showing up for that. Of course, we have a CRM, right? But Cyrus yells at me because I don't get in there enough. So,
Has he fired you yet?
oh, I'm so shocked. Literally, I texted him, Jimmy, yesterday, and I said, "Thank you for keeping me employed during my nervous breakdowns." Yeah, we had another situation yesterday.
Yeah.
Where I'm calling agents out online. But yeah, he does joke too that he opened a company just so that I would have a job.
Right.
So it's working. So
Well, so that's good. So you have some sort of a stable income, right?
Yeah, it's going pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so funny. But you do take care of people at a high level, because again, otherwise they wouldn't come back to you.
Yeah, I do try, and I just try to put myself in other people's shoes too. Like, when I bought my first house, I was 22, maybe. I don't know. It was 2015.
Okay.
I was working at Rocket. I remember I think I had to pull money out of whatever money I had in my 401k.
Yeah.
My credit score was like a 590, like barely qualifying at the time. But it was a big deal. I was buying this house.
Now you'd be fine.
Yeah, right. I remember like the closing got delayed, but I bring this up because that day it's like, oh my gosh, I'm purchasing a property, right? It was a big deal for me and my family. And my director's like, well, you're coming back to work, right? I'm like, no, I'm buying a house today. So I try to make it, like keep that excitement, right?
Yeah.
That big of a deal for clients when they close, because a lot of people, don't even think about home ownership, and then they get to the closing table. So,
Yep.
I try to make those experiences really good. And I think that probably helps.
And that's the thing, people, the hard part is like, there should be a lot of excitement built up around buying a house.
Yeah.
But then I always caution agents too. I'm like, death and divorce happen every day in this country too.
Yeah.
And so those aren't the fun ones. And we've all dealt with those, but
Right.
but you're right. It should be an experience no matter what.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't get keys at closing. That takes a little bit of the experience out of it, some occupancy and things like that you can't control.
Right.
Right. But you're not wrong. I mean, it's also a really big deal to sell your first house.
Yeah.
And cash that check. Right. So I just try to make those experiences a
Yeah.
little bit,
And two, you've probably worked with a lot of like first time investors.
Yeah.
Right. That are getting out their investment property.
Absolutely.
And that's a big deal.
Yeah. Turning their first property into a rental. We work with renters all the time too.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. And your business, like, again, how many transactions Match this year? How many transactions? You're probably going to have to ask over there, but Cyrus, I should have just given you the headset.
Yeah. Actually, do you want to take over?
Okay. 210.
210.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nobody can see Cyrus right now, but like my man's over there on his laptop, just like pounding away. Like
Well,
it's
he was
end of the year.
joking. He's like, "Do you want me to come?" I was like, "If you want." And he's like, "What are you going to do when he starts asking about numbers?" I was like, "I don't know, pivot." I have no clue. Again, it really would slow
I
me
watched
down.
you overcome objections on stage. Like you're doing a pretty good job with deflecting right now.
Yeah. Acknowledge, respond, pivot.
You got it.
You taught us that. There you
Yes.
go at
Yeah.
Cricket.
Yeah. Acknowledge, respond, pivot.
Yeah.
Right. Pivot with a question.
Yeah.
Relevant question that's going to get you off the subject.
And move on. There we go.
We can do a whole class on this here next hour of
Absolutely.
what we're going to do for acknowledge, responding, and pivoting. So the big craze, right? AI.
Yeah.
What
It's terrifying.
it is, but now I've become so ingrained with it.
Oh, I love your posts. I was like doing a sift on your Facebook the other day, and I'm like, oh, these are some really good AI posts. Yeah.
The dog ones, now that I have my dog
Oh,
involved in my AI videos.
yeah, it's so great. It's scary though. Some of these things, there's like an artist that my brother uncle Andrew, which I don't know if you've met him, but he's on our team.
Okay.
But he sent me a song, and I was like, oh my god, I love this guy. Do you know this is AI? He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, This is an AI song.
Yeah.
Yeah, an AI artist. It's pretty
Yeah.
scary.
All my intro and outro music is all AI.
Yeah.
Because copyright, I don't have to worry about it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, they did that at the Snap Homes too. Yeah,
Yeah.
the event there. Yeah, I mean, technology, I really am like a 90-year-old woman when it comes to things like that. Again, I look to this guy for a lot of that stuff because he's always learning new things.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thing though. But again, it goes the one thing that is so interesting as we're getting through this too is, I coach high school basketball. I've coached basketball for 25 years. But I always talk about like the fundamentals,
Yeah.
right? And what you're talking about right now is actually the fundamentals.
Hmm.
Like you're doing the basic, just I get up, I sell houses, I take care of people, I do
Yeah.
the right thing, I put them in, I'm excited. You're doing just the basic fundamentals and you're killing it.
I guess so. Here we are. Yeah, but that's more so like what frustrates me
Right.
is it's like this is the bare minimum and people aren't even doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, I had a situation where a buyer didn't show up to closing. I was on a listing and it's a cash sale. This just happened like yesterday and the day before. But a cash sale where the agent on the other end was like, "Hey, hold off on scheduling your sellers to sign." And I was like, "Why? We have a contract closing date of
Right.
today. They're signing it too." And then no response. And then she texts me, "Buyer didn't show up." Like I don't know. That was it. Like that's literally what she texted me. And I go, "What are you talking about?" So instead of going crazy and trying to like whatever, find this, the why, I'm like, "Well, just send me a release with the EMD going to the seller." And she responded like, "Out of town till after Christmas." I was like, "Get your broker involved, get somebody
Yeah.
to release these funds." But it's like the bare minimum stuff that people just can't even do.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, because so our industry is funny, right? It's like you're doing a very good business just doing the fundamentals. And like you said, like I don't really like the AI stuff, the technology. Like I
Yeah.
do social media, but it's more not about it's fun.
Wipe my screen and
Yeah.
post when I want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Where so many agents are getting bombarded or frustrated or flustered with all the other things, the social media, the
Yeah.
AI, the this thing, that thing, that they're not doing the fundamentals, that they get away from the
for
fundamentals.
sure. Yeah. I mean, I joke, but there's very few, like, I don't have time to sit and make those posts, like, genuinely.
Right.
Because also, if I got wrapped up in it, like, I wouldn't be able to focus on other things that I care about because
Yeah.
I don't give a crap about social media. But I joke that most of the agents who have really great social media and have, these 30,000 followers, I'm like, look at their numbers.
Right.
They've got a lot of time to sit in front of the computer because they're not in the streets helping people.
Yeah.
Like, really. I mean, there's definitely a few names I can mention out there that I think are really good at both. I'm not one of them. I'm better at selling houses.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
fair. But if you this is like the big takeaway I think for everybody that can hear this right now is find out what you're really good at
Yeah.
and just stay in that lane. Right? Just stay in that lane because that's one of the biggest things that I coach and train agents all the time from all across the country. And it's one of the things that I feel like, what's your niche?
Mhm.
And just do that.
Yeah.
Like there's no need to muddy the water, right? There's no need to make it worse than it. Just do what you're doing really good. Like,
Yeah.
what are you really good at? Find out what you're really good at. So one of the things that I've really talked about too is like the be, show, do, have, right? I need to figure out who I want to be, right? I need to show that I'm do that consistently,
Mhm.
then do the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and then I get to have all the stuff at the end.
Gotcha. I've never heard of that.
We try to skip right to the have. We
Yeah.
miss out on the consistently doing things, repeatedly doing them over and over again
For sure.
at a good level. And to get to the have, we always want to skip to the have.
Mhm.
And I think our market has created that some with real estate agents.
Yeah.
right? Our markets over the last couple years. Now, the last probably year and a half has been a little bit tougher, which we've seen more agents fall out,
Get
right?
the heck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also acknowledging when you're not good at it, right? Like,
Correct.
if you like a lot of it is just communication,
Yeah.
right? It's like if you're a bad communicator, those transactions aren't going to go well.
Yeah. That's all what it boils down to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's all what it boils down to. And I always find it interesting that that again, agents, because we're such shiny object syndrome,
Mhm.
and everything gets thrown in front of us, and you get them to the phone call that comes in. Hey, here's this new system. Here's this new program. Do you want to advertise on our Kroger carts, right?
Oh yeah.
Like all these things, we're getting just inundated with. Here's a new CRM. Here's 50 leads a month. Here's this. Here's that. And we all are like trying to chase the next thing
Yeah.
instead of just waking up and selling houses every day.
For sure. And I think like the true saying, like it takes money to make money. Like everybody for some reason gets into real estate when they go broke. Right? Like not everybody, but a lot.
Yeah.
Like how many friends do you have? Hey, I'm in a job, transfer or in between them. I'm thinking about getting my real estate license.
Yeah.
And that's okay, right? To take that risk and do
I've
it.
literally told people not to do it.
100%.
Like, I don't think this is for you.
Yeah. I wish I did more of that.
Yeah.
I think I've always like instilled kind of some positivity. It was like, yeah,
Because you like what you're doing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Get into it. And if it doesn't work out, just refer me the business and I'll pay you 25%.
Yeah.
Right. But really, what I'm running into a lot is a lot of these agents who are between their next car payment, house payment, and they have to get this commission to closing and they're creating bad experiences for their clients,
Yep.
Because they have to earn that commission. It's really sad. Right. So, being able to tell people, hey, this probably isn't for you. Actually, maybe you need to get a different job so that you're not, causing ruckus in our industry.
Well, and so many agents live rich, poor, right?
Yeah.
I get paid rich, poor, rich, poor. Like,
right.
It's I had a closing, I'm rich. One of the agents that I know, his very first closing was a $1.3 million
wow.
deal. Right?
How did he pull that off for the first one? Wow.
It was a lead that came through. He got the lead. It was a cash deal. That he comes to me and he's like, Jimmy, I got this closing tomorrow. I'm like, what do you mean you have what are you talking about? And I look into it. He was out of contract date.
Oh yeah.
Everything was all he was the backup offer and the first one fell through. So his got accepted.
Yeah.
So, it was a disaster.
Luck of the draw.
So
yeah.
I go in there, I fix everything. He closes. Then the buyer, his buyer at the time was literally had a buyer's contract with another agent.
Oh no.
So I'm like, and this is 4 or 5 years ago. But she had written her buyer's contract for like forever.
For like a year.
Yeah. Like I'm like
eternity.
No, it was like 2 years.
Wow.
She literally had this guy. I'm like, you can't, you literally can't do you can't do that. I appreciate it, but you can't do that. But so all this happens, we get him closed. And I'm like, the next week I don't see him.
Uh-oh.
So I'm like,
he's in Tahiti or
he
something.
was in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I go,
yeah.
But I give him credit. He was 19 at the time. And his first sale was a $1.3 million.
Wow. Is he still in the industry?
Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of. He's doing something different in the industry, but he's sort of in the industry. Yeah. But yeah, but there's so many of those that, again, and I think COVID had a big impact on that.
100%.
Everybody was like, well, I'm home anyway. I'll get my real estate license.
Definitely.
I'm not doing anything anyway for the next
COVID
2 weeks
was
to flatten the curve.
Wild. I think that was the highest number of transactions I closed in a month. I think I ended at 17. That March was March.
Yeah,
or May?
March was the March. Middle of March is when they shut it down.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing Zoom calls. It was wild.
Yeah.
I didn't have to leave my house. People were really worried about me because I am outside. Like, again, joking, but Cyrus is like, if we weren't married, you would not know what your bed looks like because I am just outside all the time. So people were checking on me like, oh my gosh, are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
Leaving like gifts at my door. But yeah, that was I think out of that 17, I only met like 3 of those clients.
Yeah, it was a wild time.
Yeah.
It was a wild time. My wife said to me when it happened, like when we got quarantined at home, she's like, I think I see you less now than I did when you were working.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, well, because I'm downstairs on the phone, just trying to spinning plates, keeping deals together.
Yeah.
Facilitating
transactions.
Yeah. Because we had stuff under contract. But it was, and at that point, I was just a solo agent flying by myself.
Yeah.
But it was just keeping deals together because then people were unemployed, they were laid off,
Right.
right? So you couldn't close because they couldn't.
Yeah. Till they can go back to work.
Right. I was
Yeah.
like, come on, like, man, come on. Man.
I had a really wild situation in Harrison Township where my client I was representing the buyers. The appraiser reaches out to schedule the appraisal, and the listing agent says, "Hey, this appraiser can't go out. They got in a fight at the bar like a week or two ago over like vaccinations and things like this." This is like when everything was kind of open back up. But apparently this appraiser and the seller, they had some issues. And then that got delayed because we had to try and get another appraiser. It was like a rocket loan. But the seller ended up passing away from COVID during the process after they were like arguing about, is COVID even a real thing?
Right.
So super sad. It delayed the process quite a bit. We still ended up closing, but that was probably the wildest thing that happened during COVID for me.
Yeah. That was it, because there was a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Right. There was a lot of like, well, I'm sick, I'm quarantined, I can't do this thing. Which is funny now because now title companies now are doing the RON closings.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, why didn't you?
So that was a COVID. That was like
That
the
came
start
out of COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's one good thing that came out of it, right?
Right.
Sign in your underwear at home.
Yeah.
Right. You don't even have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, and then I'm like, why don't we do more of that? But
yeah.
anyway.
Well, I think too, though, like there's certain people that absolutely want to sit down and, meet at all parties at the closing table too. But
Yeah.
most of my clients, when I give them the option, they're like, yeah, I'll just sign at home. I don't care.
Right. Right. What so how many listings do you have right now, you said?
I don't know. Cyrus, how many do I have? I think I have 12. I believe 12. I've got a lot of condos. I'm going to shout out my condos here. That the Detroit condo market's a little wonky right now. It's moving slower.
Okay.
So, but I have amazing condos in Detroit that need some attention.
Yeah.
So,
So
absolutely.
anybody that's looking for a condo in Detroit,
Call me. I've got a lot for you. Yes.
Oh man. But how do you stay consistent with that? Like when this market shifts and all these, like, how do you stay consistent with doing this?
I think I'm just outside. Like it's very relevant that I'm a realtor. I actually don't even have like my wardrobe is only real estate related. I know that sounds silly, but I'm like, I'm not gonna go out to like a club or a bar and I'm like, I don't even have anything like outside of real estate to wear. But I mean, anywhere I'm at, I think people absolutely know that I'm in real estate.
Yeah.
Right. It's Cyrus always says it's kind of like cringy or creepy, but when I meet someone new, I'm like, where do you live? Like it's the first question I ask. He's like, that is so weird. Why are you asking people where they live? I'm like, because I want to know. Like, and where do you want to live? Right.
The funny is I can see him and he's just shaking his head over
I
there
know.
like, what?
He's like, this girl's a creep. But I think it's just always in conversation and top of mind. So like when I'm meeting somebody new, my goal is literally to help them buy or sell their home.
And it's interesting because you probably don't look at it like this, but I do, because then I put my coaching hat on, right? And I just try to figure this out. But that's your prospecting.
Yeah. And I'm out. I'm not kidding. I'm outside all the time. So if I'm at the bar, if I'm at a restaurant, I've always got my laptop out. Even if I'm not doing anything on it.
Yeah.
It just habit, I think. Cyrus, again, also jokes that the MacBook is my boyfriend. So it's like in the bed with us. Like I always have some kind of real estate, relation wherever I'm at. And to make it very clear that I am in real estate.
Yeah.
With whoever I meet.
Yeah. Because that's the issue that a lot of agents have is that they're a secret agent. They don't talk to people like that.
Right.
And that's one of the things I'm always like, this is a contact sport.
For sure.
Like you have to be making contacts wherever you go.
Mhm.
Right. Gary Keller, he's like, everybody you meet should know you're a realtor.
100%. Yeah.
Everybody.
I should get a pin or something, or maybe I don't wear hats, maybe a realtor hat, but I try to preach that to our team too.
Yeah.
Right. Cause we've got about 10 to 12 like full-time agents. But I'm like, get outside. If you're going to the gym, does your trainer know that you're a realtor?
Right.
Does I just closed on a house with my trainer, Lillian. I'll shout out her at Hustle Flow Lab. She's great. But everybody should know that you're in real estate. And even if you don't want to be on social media, you absolutely have some form of it. Just share other people's posts. You can share mine and act like it's your listing. I don't care. But you got to show people that you're in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Lori Simon just said Katie the Great.
Oh, I love Lori.
Lori's the best.
She's the sweetest.
Yeah.
Yes.
She just puts up with Keith for whatever reason.
I know. How does she do it? But Lori and Keith, again, I'm super grateful for them too, and making me a part of, Oktoberfest and everything, because again, got me out of my comfort zone. And I wouldn't do that if they weren't involved.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. And again, that's the beauty of this industry too, right? Is that now it's like this network, right? Like I wouldn't have met you if we weren't at Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
Would we have done a transaction? Maybe. Right. But there's a billion of us.
Yeah.
Like there's a billion of us. So it's whether we
I would love to come across your name on a transaction. But that's the nice
I'm
part
gonna
too.
ghost you.
Yeah. Oh, I know where to find you. Okay. I'll show up. But that's also refreshing too, when like I met so many great people through that. That now when I do see them on a listing or on the buy side, it's a good feeling knowing that you're in the same transaction with
Or when you
actual
do say something on
professionals.
social media, you're gonna get a response.
Yeah. I love it. You turned that post up. Yeah.
That got you a lot of attention.
It did. I know. And usually Cyrus is like, delete that right now.
Yeah.
He got to it too late. It was already rocking and rolling. So no. And sometimes I wake up the next morning and I'm like, can I just not even be negative on the internet? But I think some just like positive reinforcement. Sometimes, people learn from mistakes and
Well, and there is opportunity to then hopefully make somebody better.
Correct.
Right. Like that
was the goal.
Right. The hope is that maybe out of this, someone gets better.
Well, because all of the names you're mentioning, like, I adore these people.
Yeah.
You, like, I'm not going on podcasts. I came here because it's you. And like, Michelle Sayward, Kurt, oh my gosh, Kurt, I joke and I text him, I'm like, will you adopt me? Like, I love that man. So there's so many great people with EXP that I was just like, guys, what happens is I get in transactions, and most times, again, the training is impeccable in the sense of the acknowledge, respond, pivot, and the sales part of it, of, making sure that they're doing right by their client to get the right number,
right,
and, rushing me to get them back a bottom line contract, right? Things like that are amazing. But I'm like, just do better in communicating and respecting people's time and houses. And it got the attention that I needed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
and
the good news is I love you back too, Katie. So
hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's
you and Cyrus are just tons of fun. And I think that's part of your success is you're fun. Your husband's fun. You have massive energy, and Cyrus is the perfect complement to bring it back down.
Yeah, that is very well said. He does have to lower me a little, tame the monster a little bit.
I have the same problem. My wife does the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the compliment. And you have to have somebody that can understand you. And
Absolutely.
You go at 100 miles an hour. And that's why most agents can't keep up.
Yeah. You said it.
There's something to be said for that. That's what they need to learn. Because this is a real business. And
How
we
is
take
this
it serious.
coming
We
in
do this
here?
for a living.
He's on the line.
Yeah.
Got you.
He's on the conference.
I have a secret password that takes you in the back door. Don't worry about it.
Sounds like it.
I'm actually sitting right behind Cyrus. You just can't see me.
You have an invisible cloak.
Well, and Cyrus is looking over now because he can't hear Kurt.
Right. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's got him. Okay.
Oh, you have.
Oh, he's listening. Okay. He is listening. So he does hear you.
The other reason I don't do these podcasts is because I sound like a chipmunk. Like, I hate the sound of my voice. Cyrus has a whole podcast set up he's been trying to do for years, and I just will not go on it. Because
give her the voice changing technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Deepen my voice.
You can do that.
Yeah. AI.
AI.
There
Yes.
you go.
AI. Oh, wait, I got another message from Lori. She said Spring Showdown coming April 23rd at the Garden Theater.
I will not be a part of it. No, no. I say that jokingly because the week before, the day of, and even the week my body's like in hives. I can't calm it. I'm too anxious. It's fun. And I leave the stage being like, man, that was great. But then I also feel like I'm going to pass out. But I'll be there in attendance. I just won't be on the stage.
No, man. Hopefully I will. Maybe if I talk to the right people, maybe I'll be a contestant instead of a moderator. We'll see what happens.
There you go.
Maybe if I put that out in the atmosphere right now, that'll come to fruition.
There you go.
So
manifest it.
If Lori's listening, then maybe Jimmy will be a contestant, not a moderator.
I'm rooting for you.
Just scan the QR code. Make sure you're voting for me.
Yes.
At those days, right?
Yeah, that might have been rigged. I don't know. Becky Alley falls short every single time, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling good about that last one.
And she's a rock star.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a rock star.
Yep.
and love to get her because she's been on a couple times with me.
Yeah. I was
Um,
talking to her last week and I
Okay.
was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go on there and he's going to tear me apart about my EXP comments. She's like, no, oh my gosh, it's going to be fine. So she's the one that told me to do it.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And again, it's getting comfortable being uncomfortable,
For sure.
and it is like, for me, like the uncomfortable probably thing is doing what you do and just waking up and selling houses. Do you know what I mean? Like the basics. I like to do all this stuff. Like this is the fun
Well,
stuff.
you're good at it.
This is the
too.
fun stuff. Yeah. But it's like you get to what you like, and it's is this helping me sell more houses? Not really. Lori said, let's do it, Jimmy. So maybe I'll be a
Signed,
contestant.
sealed, delivered. There you go.
Spring Showdown. Maybe Jimmy be a contestant, not on the thing.
Yeah.
On stage some way, right? I'm gonna get up there one way or another.
Absolutely.
But no, I think agents can learn a lot from what you do, because you do this, and again, you're not the big on social media and you're not doing all those things. You're doing, again, the basics of real estate. You're taking care of your clients at a high level, right? You're doing a ton of referral business.
Yeah.
You're doing things the right way, and you're doing them quietly, sort of, right? If people go look at your numbers, they're not so quiet.
Yeah.
You've got 12 listings right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think too, the worst thing that Cyrus showed me is when you pull up an agent's agent ID to see their their numbers
Yeah.
that close. Because I look at that and I was like, oh, now I know what kind of a beast I'm working with on the other side of the transaction.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm sure people do that when I'm being an ass. In communication.
For sure.
A lot of it is just like, hey, again, like understanding contracts too.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was guilty of that in the beginning. Absolutely. Right.
Oh, I think we all were.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that I noticed about real estate when I first got into it, was like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
we all talked about, you need to do social media with this, and then you need to do that, and then here's this thing, and here's that thing, and here, go door knock and call this person and do that. And then what about a
Yeah.
contract?
Do you understand the contract? Do
Yeah.
you know like what this means?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could retain information better because I would just try and pass the bar and, become a lawyer,
Yeah.
because I'm so sick of situations where, like, even this one I mentioned most recently, this is a $150,000 house. Like, most of the clients that I have helped, or even am consistently helping, are first time home buyers or first time home sellers, right? This is their house. I helped them purchase and they're selling it for the first time. And then we run into an agent who doesn't understand a contract, and then their broker's even worse.
Right.
And the only option we have is take them to court.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna really take them to court over $1,000.
Right.
Like, come on. So that's the
Small
frustrating
claims
part.
court at that.
Exactly.
Right. Like it's not even.
It's not even worth your time.
Yeah.
I've had people remove $3,000 refrigerators.
Yeah.
In Birmingham on a $900,000 house. Like, but are we going to take them to court over that? And like,
Right.
really, it's frustrating that that's like our only option.
Yeah, it is, and that's the hard part, right? Is like, I mean, look, I was guilty of it. I think the very first deal I did, I wrote a 10-day inspection period. When that was acceptable,
Right.
That's out the window now.
Yeah. 2 days or nothing.
Yeah. But I also wrote, I just put 10 and 10. So I put a 10-day inspection period and a 10-day time to respond.
Yeah.
I just put 10 and 10 in there.
And they accepted it.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
now we didn't do the whole 20 days, right?
No,
but I was
but you
like,
could have.
yeah, I
You've
could
taken
have.
your sweet time on that one.
Yeah, I could have. And that's the other thing too. So, and I had to coach agents up on the other side of transactions too. I had a deal, a listing, and I don't know if this has ever happened to you or not. And the appliances weren't included.
Mhm.
But when they did their inspection, when they go through the seller's disclosure,
Mm,
all the appliances are listed on there.
right.
Now, if you look at the seller's disclosure right at the top, it said, just means they're here and in working order and not part of the transaction unless they're on the contract.
Absolutely.
So the agent never put them in the contract.
hmm
So when my guy moved out, he took all the appliances with him.
Yeah.
So she went to move her people in,
And there's
and there was no
nowhere to cook.
appliances.
Yeah.
She calls me and she's like, "Oh my God, your guy stole all the appliances." I'm like,
No.
"Oh no, they
Read
weren't."
the contract.
Freaked me out a little bit though. I had to go look. I went.
Yeah.
I,
Like,
I
did I
thought
make a mistake?
Yeah, I was like, "Did I screw this up?"
Yeah,
Did
you were
I-
running to Best Buy.
Yeah,
or
I was
Home
like,
Depot
"Yeah,
to
this is
get
gonna
some
be awful."
appliances.
But no, but that again, it goes back to the training, and the coaching that people are getting it, and are they getting the right things? Right? Are they getting, again? here, call all these for sale by owners. That's one thing, right? But then again, what do I do next?
For sure.
And I know you guys are doing that at Match of training your people.
Well, that and I will say we did a really bad job in like 2021, 22. We ended up getting to something crazy. Again, don't quote me on the numbers, but it was like 28 or 30 agents. I don't know. Because we're like, yeah, come over. Sister,
Yeah.
cousin, brother, whoever. We just let everybody come. And then we realized, holy shit, our name is now being like kind of ran through the dirt because none of our agents have training and they're out there and they know what the heck they're doing. So we got down to a certain number of agents on purpose,
Yeah.
you know, to really kind of keep the culture and keep things, you know, the right way. But yeah, that's kind of what I go back to, where people have to move so fast in these transactions, either because of multiple offer situations, or because we have agents that are broke and they just need to get it to closing
Yeah.
and they're not paying attention. So, you know, the biggest thing that we do is just look over any contracts that our newer agents are writing. So,
Yeah.
hey, write it, read it like a book, go through it. When you get stuck, call me. And also, I'm going to review it before you're sending that over to an agent that's going to tear you apart
Right.
when this contract looks like crap. So,
Before they go on Facebook and say bad stuff about me.
exactly. Exactly. Yes.
But no, I think it's interesting. So, but you shrunk. But the funny thing is, you don't have to, in our industry, you don't have to like
Yeah.
tell anybody, they'll leave.
Exactly. Yeah.
They'll just get out of
You've got the hoppers that are just, you know,
for sure.
it's always somebody else's fault while they're not generating clients and, you know, closing
Grass is always greener
transactions.
somewhere else.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep.
Until you figure out you have to actually just do the work.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Until you actually have to figure out what you figured out is I just get up every day and sell houses, right?
Yeah.
And I awkwardly meet people and ask them where they live.
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody today that's watching this, ask the person next to you at the bar or the restaurant where they live. I promise it will turn into a good conversation.
Oh.
Or they'll be like, I'm not telling you, you weirdo. And that's the worst thing that'll happen. So
And your husband will roll
Hasn't
his
happened to
eyes at
me.
you. Yeah. But I think that is so important that you're saying that. Like, that's one of the things I tell agents all the time. Don't be a secret agent.
for sure.
You have to talk to people. You have to make connections with people. And again, it's an easy conversation. It's like, oh, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Well, I work at, wherever. Oh, great. I'm a real estate agent. Right? Like
Yeah.
because they'll
Very
come back
easy.
and say, what do you do for a living? You know what I mean? People,
Or they don't. Who
or
cares?
they don't, right.
Yeah.
Or you just ask them where they live.
Yeah.
Don't follow
What
them
zip
home.
code? Yeah.
Right?
Don't follow them home. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, don't follow them home.
Yeah.
Just ask them where they
Yeah.
live, and you don't have to follow them anywhere.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So what's the plan for 2026? What's Match Realty doing? What's happening
Yeah.
with 2026?
I mean, California is always on my mind. So I really, really want to do some transactions
Especially
out there.
with weather like today.
Yeah.
like
I don't mind this
California.
weather. Oh,
Oh
no.
my God.
I love the snow.
What?
I love it. I love all four. I don't really like the rain and the gloom, but when it's snowing, like I want like 20, 30 inches. I want to be snowed in.
Oh,
Like, yeah, we're going to be up in Boyne right after Christmas. So I'm excited to do some skiing too. But 2026.
never been skiing.
Never. Well, you don't like winter.
No, I don't at
Yeah,
all. I
that
play
makes sense.
basketball. Like I'm in. Like wintertime for me is inside.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the gym.
Yeah. Well, you could snowmobile.
I have done that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have done that. The skiing thing though, bad knees. I'm tall. Like
Yeah. You got to be pretty. Well, I don't know. My skiing involves a lot of liquid courage. So
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
the only thing that's like piqued my interest to go
Yeah.
do it. It's like, well, you can have drinks and then go. Like
Yeah.
I've done tubing. Like tubing's fun.
Okay.
Right.
a
On the
little bit
snow.
safer
Yeah.
too, for sure.
Yeah, you can do it with a beer in your hand.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. And you just sit down.
yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2026, I'm really excited for our team. There's a couple agents that were sort of, slowly getting started, and I think it'll kick off a lot better for them. And we might have a cool new investment property that's coming up.
Interesting.
I'm very excited. I'm not going to mention it until it officially closes, but that'll be a really big deal for us if that happens. So I'm manifesting that that's going to go through.
I like it.
Yeah. And then, just always try to get to a good 75 or 100 clients helped.
Yeah. So what is your goal for 2026? Like personal and then team, or do we have to ask him?
So the team goal, I think, is, it's always a number that Cyrus is working on. I joke that I'm like a one-man band. Like even yesterday, he was like, team leader. I'm like, am I a team leader? I don't even know if I'm a team player. Like, it sounds so bad. I'm here for everyone on our team, and I'm so grateful. Like,
Sure.
everyone that we work with, well, I should say most people that are on our team, I call them like rocket dropouts. And I said that previously, and someone goes, why don't you say rocket graduates? And I was like, oh, you know what? I will start saying that. But a lot of the people on our team are family. Like, literally, my uncle Andrew is on our team. And then most of these people, you know, Sean, Brian, Kyra, we've known them for over a decade.
Yeah.
You know, we worked with them in some capacity, you know, even at Rocket. So I think definitely getting the team geared up to where they're all making 6 figures would be really, really exciting.
Yeah, that'd be
So,
very cool.
yeah.
Easy. Careful, because you're going to start getting a lot more agents calling you.
Yeah, but so I was joking earlier that I don't really know the word no, but it's easier for me to do that now.
Yeah.
To say, actually, this doesn't fit. Or we truly would be doing them a disservice if we brought on, you know, newer agents. But we are bringing on agents, just maybe the more experienced ones.
Well,
So,
and here's my advice for agents too. I always say, like, any brokerage will bring you in.
100%.
Like, you can go to any. I knock on the door. I have a real estate license. You're hired. Sign here. Here's our stuff. Right? Like, it's easy. But that's why I'm always like that. Agents should be interviewing the brokerage
Absolutely.
and not the other way around.
Yeah, I've said that. Our newer agent, Andre, who came on, I think he's approaching year 2, maybe. I don't know. Cyrus is shaking his head yes. But I was like, hey, you need to go and meet with other people. Go meet with other teams, not just us, because you have to make sure that you want to work with us.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I've said that to a lot of different agents for sure.
Yeah. No, and it's true. Like, that is something that is to be said, is that we should be interviewing the brokers, not the brokerage interviewing
100%.
us. Because we can go do this anywhere.
Mhm.
And every brokerage has their pros and cons. And you have to start weighing those out of which one's going to fit with you better.
Yeah. Well, you might be able to go anywhere. I cannot. I would be fired. Like, I have been fired.
Well, I was
My
going to say,
last
you might
broker
be
fired me.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could be fired as a 1099 employee, but I was. So
Well, so it's called, we don't fire anyone. We promote them
gotcha.
to another brokerage.
Yeah. Or a different industry.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or back to bartending.
The Shark Tank.
Yeah. Back to bartending.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's funny how many people were in the service industry that are in our industry now.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Because ours is really a service industry anyway. But, you know, I preach that all the time. Like, we are a service-based industry.
Yeah.
Like, we should be serving our clients. We should be serving, you know, we have a fiduciary responsibility.
Mhm. We should be receiving tips sometimes, right? No.
Well, there's a way to do that, right?
Yeah.
There is,
Yeah.
you know, if you work it into the contract the right way.
Yeah. NAR says you can charge whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I always joke
Just
too.
get them under the
people-
buyer contract.
There you go. Get it in writing and present it. But I do joke with some people that are in the service industry, and I say, keep that job. That's your client base. Your
Yeah.
regulars, they're buying and selling homes. They're just not doing it with you because they
Right.
think you're just a bartender.
Yeah.
Right. So I always tell people they should keep that job.
They should. And again, people that I know that, you know, are dual career, that again, you should be handing out business card, talking to everybody or bringing drinks to. He's like, I do real estate. You know what I mean? Like, that's because it is your client base.
For sure.
But it goes back to the same thing you talked about. Just going back to the basics of talk to people, ask them where they live. Do they have any plans for moving? Do they know anybody that's thinking about real estate?
Mhm.
And just doing the basic things.
Definitely. Yeah, I think so. We affiliated with Real Broker about 2 years ago. I don't know. We've been there a little while. So, and it's great. I love it. But there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cyrus, but their phrase, like Sharon always says, like, be kind, work hard. I think
Yeah.
that's it. And it's so simple.
You
But, like,
think.
just be a good person
Yeah.
and work your ass off.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
You'd think it'd be simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know why you brought him today.
why?
Well, one for numbers.
Yeah.
2, in case you said something wrong, he was going to tackle you.
So
Because he almost got up.
he was not invited. He followed me
I
here.
know. That's why I know why he's here, though.
Yeah. And he literally was like, he's like, I have to come because you'll be on your best behavior if I show up. That's what it was.
So, Katie Wheeler, thank you for joining me.
Thank
See, this
you.
hour goes by faster than you think.
Gone. We could do another hour.
We
yeah.
can. Well, that means you got to come back.
Yeah. I have a closing. So
Yeah. Well,
I'm out of here.
you know, that's what you do.
That's what Fridays are for.
Fridays are. Do you like Friday closing?
Absolutely.
Do
Yes.
you?
Yeah, because then they can move in over the weekend.
I prefer Thursday.
Really?
Yeah. Friday, I always worry about the wires.
Mm,
If we're wiring funds, that's my only concern about Friday.
well, do you want a tip?
Yes.
Have them wire it Thursday.
Oh, see, there we go.
And then you're there. The money's there. Everyone's having champagne and fun, and you're good to go.
There you go. Pro tips. You dropped a lot of knowledge bombs today, and I thank you for joining me, my friend.
Thank you so much. Oh yeah, this is where Jimmy Nelson is over at Match Realty. See you Monday.
Big announcements. Yeah, big
Yeah.
announcements coming soon. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for joining me, guys. Next Friday, join us again. The Elite Real Estate Podcast. You can find Elite Edge Network and join our community. EliteEdgeNetwork.com. Find our community there and join it. We will see you guys next Friday. Oh, next Friday is Christmas too.
Oh.